She said, "Ugh, why are you so insecure?" When I asked about her new male friend, I said, "You're right, I should trust more." Then I started hanging with her best friend daily. She suddenly understood insecurity when she saw our beach photos. I, 31 male, genuinely thought I was being reasonable. My girlfriend Natalie, 29, and I have been together for 4 years, living together for 2. Everything was solid until about 3 months ago when she started a new job at a marketing firm. Enter Garrett, 32, her new coworker. At first, it was normal stuff, grabbing coffee during breaks, working on projects together, fine, whatever. But then it became daily lunches, after-work drinks with the team that somehow always ended up being just them two. Late-night texting about work stuff. 2 weeks ago I finally brought it up. We were having dinner when her phone buzzed for the 10th time. She smiled at whatever Garrett had sent. Me, that's a lot of texting for a Tuesday night. Barely looking up. Just work stuff? Every night though? And the lunches every day? She put her phone down with this exaggerated sigh. Ugh, why are you so insecure? Garrett's just a friend. We work together. I'm not insecure, I'm just saying it seems like a lot of time together. Rolling her eyes. This is so unattractive. I thought you were more confident than this. Do you not trust me? Me. Of course I trust you. Nelly. No, you clearly don't. God, this jealousy thing is such a turn-off. I can't have male friends now? She went on for another 10 minutes about how controlling I was being, how she needed me to be secure in our relationship, how Garrett was helping her career. By the end, I felt like an ass for even bringing it up. You're right. I should trust more. I'm sorry. She smiled, kissed me on the cheek. That's better. I need a partner who's confident, not paranoid. Cool. Message received loud and clear. The next day, her best friend Mia, 28F, called about some drama with her roommate. Natalie was at another work dinner with Garrett, so I offered to grab coffee with Mia and listen. We'd always gotten along well. She's basically like a sister to me after 4 years. We met at this little place downtown. Mia vented about her roommate for 20 minutes, then asked about Natalie and me. I mentioned I'd been feeling a bit disconnected lately. Mia, yeah, she's been pretty busy with the new job. That Garrett guy seems intense. You've met him? At her birthday drinks last month, he spent the whole night hovering around her, made some weird comment about how lucky you were. Interesting. Natalie had said he couldn't make it to her birthday. Me, she says they're just friends. Mia gave me this look. Not saying anything, just a look. We started hanging out more after that. Nothing inappropriate, just friends supporting each other. Mia was going through the roommate stuff. I was dealing with feeling disconnected from Natalie. We'd grab coffee twice a week, sometimes lunch on weekends when Natalie was working on projects with Garrett. Last weekend, a group of us went to the beach. Natalie had canceled last minute, surprise, emergency project with Garrett. Mia and I ended up in a bunch of the group photos. Someone posted them on Instagram, tagged us both. That's when things got interesting. Natalie came home that night absolutely livid. Natalie, what the hell is this? Shoving her phone in my face. Me beach day? You were invited. You canceled for work. You and Maya look pretty cozy. We're friends. She's your best friend. Friends don't pose like that. Looking at the photo, we're standing next to each other. She's practically on top of you. Her hand is on my shoulder. We're in a group photo. This is different. How? How is this different from you and Garrett? That's completely different. We work together. And Mia's your best friend who I've known for years. If I can't be insecure about you spending every day with Garrett, you can't be upset about me being friends with Mia. Her face went red. She stomped off to the bedroom and slammed the door. Funny how the rules change when the shoe's on the other foot. Update 1. Well, the hypocrisy has reached new heights. After the beach photo incident, Natalie's been acting like a completely different person. Suddenly, she's very interested in my whereabouts. Very concerned about my friendships, very available in the evenings. Wednesday, I met Mia for our usual coffee. I'd told Natalie that morning I was grabbing coffee with a friend after work. Didn't specify who. She didn't ask. 20 minutes into our conversation, guess who walks in? Natalie. Natalie. With Garrett. The look on her face when she saw us was priceless. She marched over to our table. Natalie, oh, what a coincidence. Hey babe, hi Garrett. Garrett just nodded, looking uncomfortable. Mia, I didn't know you'd be here. Just catching up with your boyfriend. How's the emergency project going? What project? The one you canceled beach day for. Awkward silence. Garrett suddenly found his phone very interesting. We just finished actually. Thought we'd grab coffee to celebrate. Cool. Well, don't let us keep you. She stood there for another few seconds, then grabbed Garrett's arm and pulled him to a table where she could watch us. Real subtle. The text started about 10 minutes later. How long have you been there? Why didn't you tell me you were meeting Mia? This is inappropriate. We need to talk. I didn't respond, just kept chatting with Mia, who was trying not to laugh at the absurdity of it all. That night, Natalie came home ready for war. We need to set some boundaries. Okay. What kind of boundaries? I don't think you should be hanging out with Mia alone anymore. Why? It's inappropriate. She's my best friend. And Garrett's your coworker, so by your logic, you shouldn't be hanging out with him alone either. That's different. We work together. You grab drinks after work, you text all night, you go to lunch every day. That's not work. You're being paranoid again. No, I'm applying your standards equally. Either we both can have friends of the opposite sex, or neither of us can. She tried a new angle. Mia's been acting weird lately. I think she might have feelings for you. Based on what? Just the way she looks at you, and she's been distant with me. Maybe she's distant because you keep canceling plans with her for Garrett. That hit a nerve. Natalie's face went red. I can't believe you're taking her side. There are no sides. We're all friends. Friends don't take beach photos like that. We've been over this. It was a group photo. She stormed off again. But here's the interesting part. Suddenly, Natalie's schedule cleared up. No more late-night work sessions. No more emergency projects. Garrett started eating lunch alone again. Instead, she started texting me constantly. Where was I? Who was I with? When would I be home? The same woman who told me I was insecure and unattractive for asking about her friendship was now tracking my every move. Friday, I had lunch with some work buddies. Posted a photo on my story, just the food, nothing else. Within minutes, Natalie, who are you with? Is Mia there? Why aren't you answering? The lack of self-awareness is genuinely impressive. But here's the kicker. Mia texted me yesterday. Mia, hey, just so you know, Natalie called me crying last night. Said I was trying to steal you. I tried to explain we're just friends, but she wouldn't listen. I think I need to step back for a while. I don't want to cause problems in your relationship. So now Natalie's successfully pushed away her best friend because she can't handle me having the exact same type of friendship she insisted was totally normal when it was her and Garrett. The hypocrisy is suffocating. When she does it, it's professional networking and I'm being insecure. When I do it, it's inappropriate and disrespectful. When she texts someone all night, it's work. When I grab coffee with a friend, it's emotional cheating. I'm starting to think this relationship might have run its course. Update 2. It's over. In the most ridiculous way possible. After Mia stepped back, I thought maybe things would calm down. Nope. Natalie just redirected all that energy into being suspicious of literally every woman in my life. My coworker Emma asked for help with a spreadsheet. Why is she asking you specifically? The barista at our regular coffee place smiled at me. She's always flirting with you. I liked my cousin's Instagram post. Which one is she again? The pretty one? Meanwhile, guess what started happening again? Late-night work emergencies. Garrett needing urgent help with projects. The universe really does have a sense of humor. Last Thursday, I came home to find Natalie on my laptop. She'd used my thumbprint while I was sleeping to unlock it and was going through my messages. What are you doing? Not even looking guilty. Just checking something. Checking what exactly? You've been weird lately. Distant. Maybe because you accused my friend of trying to steal me and go through my phone every night? I haven't been going through your phone. You literally asked to see it last night to check the time and then scrolled through my texts. Because you're hiding something. Why else would you be so defensive? The projection was unreal. I sat down across from her. Me, Natalie, what are you looking for? Nothing. I know something's going on with you and Mia. Mia hasn't spoken to me in a week because you called her crying and accused her of trying to steal me. Good, she should stay away. She's your best friend. Was my best friend. Best friends don't go after each other's boyfriends. She didn't go after me. We had coffee and talked about her roommate drama and your obsession with Garrett. Wrong thing to say. She slammed the laptop shut. Natalie, there it is. You're still jealous of Garrett. I'm not jealous. I'm pointing out your double standard. There's no double standard. Garrett and I are professionals. As if on cue, her phone buzzed. She grabbed it quickly, but I saw Garrett's name on the screen. Me, professional text at 10 p.m.? Natalie, it's about tomorrow's presentation. The one you said was canceled this morning? She froze. Busted. It got uncanceled. Right, I stood up to leave the room. I was exhausted by the whole thing, but she followed me. You know what? Maybe I should be hanging out with Garrett more. At least he doesn't judge me. Go for it. Maybe I will. Great. Great. She grabbed her keys and jacket. Where are you going? Out, since you clearly don't trust me anyway. Natalie, it's 10 p.m. on a Thursday. So? Garrett's having people over. I'm gonna go where I'm appreciated. People over? Or just you? She glared at me. You know what? It doesn't matter. You've already decided I'm cheating, so why not, right? I never said you were cheating. You're the one who's been acting paranoid since I had coffee with Mia. Because it's different. How? Explain to me how it's different. Because it just is. And with that stellar argument, she left, slammed the door so hard the neighbors probably heard it. She didn't come home that night. The next morning, I woke up to approximately 30 texts. A journey from anger to panic to anger again. 11:40 at Garrett's. Having a great time. 12 a.m. Everyone's asking where you are. I said you were being controlling. Garrett thinks you're being ridiculous too. Why aren't you answering? Checking up on me? Hello? Fine. Be that way. I'm coming home to get ready for work. We need to talk. Where are you? This is really immature. I'd gone to my brother's place. Needed space to think. When I got home around noon, she was there, furious. Natalie, where were you? My brother's. Why didn't you tell me? You left, said you were going to Garrett's. I figured you needed space. Natalie, I came home at 7 a.m. and you were gone. Okay? You can't just disappear, like you did last night. She actually stamped her foot, like a child. I told you where I was going. To the guy you've been obsessed with for months? Yeah, that made me feel great. Nothing happened. I didn't say it did. You're implying it. No, I'm pointing out that you storm off to another man's house at 10 p.m. because I called out your double standard. Don't come home, then get mad that I wasn't sitting here waiting for you. She started crying. But it felt manipulative, not genuine. Natalie, I can't do this anymore. You've changed. Ever since you started hanging out with Mia, you've been different. Me, I grabbed coffee with her twice a week while you were with Garrett every day. Natalie, it's not the same. You keep saying that, but can't explain why. Through tears. Because she's pretty and single, and you guys have inside jokes and she looks at you. Garrett literally told you I was lucky to have you. Mia has never said anything inappropriate. That's not the point. Then what is the point? She wiped her eyes, suddenly calm. The point is, I don't trust you anymore. You don't trust me, you went through my laptop, you checked my phone, you followed me to a coffee shop, you spent the night at another man's house, but you don't trust me? Yes, I laughed. I couldn't help it, the audacity was just too much. Okay, then we're done. What? If you don't trust me after 4 years after I've done nothing but be transparent while you've been sketchy with Garrett for months, then there's no point. You're breaking up with me because I have concerns about your friendship. Me, no. I'm breaking up with you because you're a hypocrite who has spent 3 months basically dating another man while calling me insecure, then lost your mind when I had coffee with your best friend. I haven't been dating Garrett. Daily lunches, nightly texts, after-work drinks, showing up at his house at 10 p.m. and not coming home. What would you call it? Silence. Me, I'll stay at my brother's this weekend. Please be moved out by Monday. This is my home too. Your name's not on the lease. You've been paying me rent. Legally, you're a month-to-month tenant. This is your 30-day notice. She stared at me like I'd grown a second head. You can't be serious. Dead serious. Over some pictures? Over coffee with Mia? No. Over the lying, the double standards, the going through my stuff, the accusations, and the complete lack of self-awareness. The coffee and pictures just revealed who you really are. I grabbed a bag and started packing some clothes. She followed me around the apartment, alternating between yelling and crying. Natalie, this is insane. You're throwing away 4 years. You threw it away when you decided your friendship with Garrett was fine, but mine with Mia was cheating. I never said it was cheating. Me, you called her crying and accused her of trying to steal me. You went through my laptop. You literally just said you don't trust me. I finished packing and headed for the door. If you leave, we're done. I won't take you back. That's the idea. As I was walking out, she played her last card. I'll just call Garrett. He actually wants to spend time with me. Go for it. I'm sure his girlfriend will love that. He doesn't have a girlfriend. He does. Started dating her last month. Mentioned it when I ran into him at the gym. Guess he didn't tell you? The look on her face was almost worth the past 3 months of drama. Almost. Final update. The dust has settled, and honestly, I should have done this years ago. Natalie moved out 2 weeks after our breakup. Not without drama, of course. She tried everything, showing up at my brother's place crying, having her mom call me, even sending Garrett to talk man to man. That was awkward. Turns out he was never interested and was desperately trying to set boundaries while she steamrolled right over them. The mutual friends picked sides, which was illuminating. The ones who heard the full story were pretty unanimous in their "what did she expect" reactions. Her version, from what I heard, painted me as a controlling boyfriend who emotionally cheated with her best friend. The irony wasn't lost on anyone who knew about her and Garrett. Speaking of Mia, she reached out last week. Coffee turned into a 3-hour conversation about everything that went down. Turns out Natalie had been complaining about me to her for months, saying I was boring and didn't appreciate her, while simultaneously gushing about how dynamic and ambitious Garrett was. Mia had been trying to gently suggest Natalie was crossing lines, which is partly why Natalie started distancing herself from her even before our coffee meetups. Honestly, Mia said, I'm relieved you finally saw it. She's been like this in every relationship. The grass is always greener, but the second someone else waters their lawn, she loses it. We're taking things slow, but yeah, we're dating now. Not because I was secretly into her all along or some dramatic nonsense, but because through all this mess, we realize we have a genuine connection. She makes me laugh. She calls me out on my BS. She doesn't play games. Natalie found out through Instagram. Mia posted a picture of us at a concert. The meltdown was spectacular, according to mutual friends. Apparently, we planned this all along and betrayed her. The same woman who spent months essentially dating another man while living with me is now the victim because her ex and former best friend got together after she nuked both relationships. The last text I got from her before blocking her number was a novel about how I manipulated the situation and turned everyone against her. No acknowledgement of her own behavior. No recognition of the double standard. Just pure, unfiltered victim mentality. Garrett's girlfriend reached out to me last week. Turns out Natalie had been texting him increasingly inappropriate things, and she wanted to know if this was a pattern. I told her the truth. Natalie doesn't respect boundaries when she wants something. What she does with that information is up to her. As for me, I'm good. Better than good, actually. My apartment feels like mine again. I'm in a relationship with someone who doesn't treat trust like a one-way street. And I learned a valuable lesson. When someone shows you who they are through their double standards, believe them the first time. The funniest part? About a week ago, I ran into Natalie at the grocery store. she was with some new guy hanging all over him. When she saw me, she grabbed his arm tighter and laughed extra loud at something he said. I just nodded and kept walking. Later, Mia told me Natalie had already been complaining about this new guy being clingy and insecure because he asked why she was texting so late at night. Some people never learn. But that's not my problem anymore.